Dear Diary, I'm so exhausted from trying to figure things out sometimes. It's hard enough some days. Sometimes I think there are those who mistake inability with unwillingness without really taking the time to gather any information to know or understand why. I know I can't expect others to be moved with compassion like me, but isn't the current world situation maybe enough to turn a cold heart or even a policy?
Okay, I'm pissed. You can clearly tell. It's all over my face. I don't even know where to begin. I'm so mad. I started out crying, and then I came to my senses, and then I was interrupted by a phone call, and then I felt better, and then I got mad again, and every time I talk about it, I'm mad about it, so now I'm mad again, and I'm not even getting to the point. So, this is what's happening. I am having to fight for my life, as it were, every day. And on top of that, I fight for my mind so that I can have clarity and not be affected by chemo brain. And then I fight for, whatever is needing to be resolved in, my life, for, childhood traumas and stuff. So there's a lot of things I'm fighting for, to have clarity for, and, peace of mind. But now I have to fight some fuckers about a bill I can't afford to pay. Okay, and it's greed. It's greed. It's greed. It's flat out greed, because they're not looking at the hardship that I'm going through and being like, oh, you know what? There's a coronavirus happening. People are out of work from that too. You know what? I bet it's a difficult time for most people. No, they're like, give me the money. Okay? All right, and they're not like mobsters that I know of. But point being is that I have 14 days to make an agreement with them about how I'm going to pay this, because it can be through payments or it can be all one lump sum, and then they will release the original agreement that I made with them, and I don't know, just charge me the one amount. So a while ago, I needed car repairs, and I was trying to build up my line of credit, and I took out a line of credit with this company, and I had good success with them before because I paid it off timely and there was no issue. And then I was like, hey, I need more repairs done, so I'm going to go and do this again because I really want to establish my credit. And I did. And so I didn't get it paid off in the 90-day payout option that they had. So I was like, okay, no problem, I'll just pay on it. So I paid faithfully for this every month, twice a month, no problems. Okay, I have good history with them. It's been a year. Okay, and 2 different transactions. Okay, so now I've been going through these chemo and radiation treatments. I've been out of work because of it. All right, so my bank history shows faithful payments from it. All right, and so because this is a recurring payment, is a recurring debt, there's an ACH hold. So I couldn't get a stop payment from my bank because they're like, no, we can't do that. It's already something that you have done with this vendor and this merchant, and that's just the way it is. I'm like, fuck. Okay. Now, I've been working on this since the beginning of March because I've been trying to get a hold of these people, and I've been trying to get this resolved. And they're just not really, working with me. And they're like, yeah, call this number. Okay, call this number. And granted, I've been calling them, but I take my good days when I have them. I can't call all the time. I can't do these videos all the time. I'm doing with what I can, the energy I have. I could have said that better, worded better, but whatever. And I don't like speaking against people or companies and bringing them down and making them look bad, especially if it's just a misunderstanding or if I'm misunderstanding something. But I think that this is a lot different than just some misunderstanding. This is the fact that I am not irresponsible with money. I'm not irresponsible with commitments. I have been out of work and I cannot afford to pay this because of that. And it's because of going through cancer treatments. You know, it's not like an unwillingness to pay. So they tell me if you can come up with like $517 essentially, because it's like $516.07, then we will work with you. We'll leave it in our collections department and not reinstate it to its full balance, because if it gets reinstated to its full balance, that means that not only do I owe more, but they're going to start trying to withdraw money from my account again. Sorry, just a second. Okay. So I realized I came to my senses, because I was all sad because, like, oh my God, I have to ask for help. This is a lot of money. There's a pandemic going on. What about all these other people who are hurting? Like, they have issues too. They're probably, maybe some of them are becoming financially insecure through this. It's like, how is this right of me to ask others for help? Because, like, you know, what about them? You know? And then, you know, a good friend told me, like, you know, if you need help, that's okay. And I'm like, you know what, that's true. And honestly, if a company is not willing to work with you during a hardship, and more than what they're doing now, besides saying, oh, we'll cut the amount in half and let you make payments, like, I think there's something really wrong with that. And I think it says something about that company, and I think it says something about greed, that they don't have any kind of thing worked in for hardship, or they don't recognize that there's a pandemic going on in this world and think, oh, maybe we should stop payments for people because of this. So just to give you further detail, the reason why this all became crystal clear to me today is because I called my bank up and I was like, look, I've been trying to resolve this for a month. I'm overdrafted because these people will not stop taking the money out that I told them already that I don't have. And the reason why this is taking me so long to get this resolved with the bank, with you guys, is because I've been going through these treatments for cancer and I'm not able to do this, okay? So the guy's like, okay, let me take your information, I'll call you back. Calls me back and says, oh, I'm sorry, you had a forgiveness of a $36 overdraft fee 10 months ago. We can't do anything for you, but if there's anything else I could do, just let me know. I'm like, if there's anything else you could do for me, take this up higher. Go to your next manager. This is not me being irresponsible. Look at my history. I've paid this faithfully. This is not a matter of not wanting to do it. It's a matter of I can't do it because I don't know when I'll be back at work. So he calls me back and he's like, okay, good news. My higher upper had compassion. We're going to waive all the overdraft fees and you're going to be able to have your account reinstated to full. So it's solvent. There's 37 cents in there. But it's not overdrafted. Which is great, which is a huge relief. And it gives me something to laugh at. But it's like, if I can fight for my right to get my bank account resolved and appeal to their senses about what's going on, then why can't a line of credit vendor do the same? Why can't they see that this is out of my hands? It's like my hands are tied, you know? I'm doing what I can, but yet it's like, fuck you. We don't care what you're doing, that you can't, what you can, you know? We want our money. That's how it comes across. They didn't have to say those words. That's how it translates, because I got enough things in my life I'm fighting for, enough things I'm putting my energy toward, and it's already exhausting to have to do all those things. It'd be nice if I didn't have to do that and this also. That's where I'm at. That's why I'm pissed. But thank God for clarity. Thank God for the will to fight. Thank God for the breath to breathe, life to live. And I'm sure we'll get this figured out. Maybe I'm going to go to news agencies. I don't know. There's a guy called Let Joe Know on our local station. Maybe I'll talk to him.